Samhain wasn't born from fear. It was born from gratitude. Long before Halloween costumes and candy, there was firelight, storytelling, and remembrance. Tonight, we're returning to the origins, explaining how Samhain honored life, death, and renewal, and how it eventually evolved into what we now call Halloween. I'd like to welcome you to Mystical Minds, the podcast where magic meets modern life, and the metaphysical isn't just possible, it's personal. I'm your host, Allie Theiss. I'm a psychic, an energy worker, a soul connection specialist, and the former host of Ask Allie, the longest running spiritual podcast on Apple Podcasts with 19 incredible seasons. Over the years, I've written 8 books, including the Gypsy Magic series, Out of Body Ecstasy, Gypsy Girl's Guide to Goals, one spicy erotic story, and a chapter in the best selling book, Sacred Self, where I shared my insights on creating a bedroom that truly invites love. I've been walking the mystical path since childhood, and now I help others reconnect with their true selves through intuitive readings, soul work, and the safe, sacred space of the Mystical Minds community. This podcast is your invitation to explore the magical, metaphysical, and the wildly mysterious side of life. From energy healing to spirit guides, soulmates to sacred rituals, nothing is off limits here. So grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive into the mystery together. I'm sorry I'm putting this out kind of late on a Monday, but I got back last night from Maria Shaw's Cosmic Convention, and it was wonderful. Had a wonderful weekend, did a lot of readings, saw old friends. My talk on how to create a bedroom for love was a smash hit. It was just a good weekend, but I'm tired. I really get wiped out when I do a whole 3 days of readings and socializing and all that stuff. So I'm really dragging today. That's why I apologize that I'm doing this Mystical Minds tonight instead of the morning, which is when I normally do it. I don't have any other announcements other than that, except that Love Notes will be on this Friday on TikTok um, with my under my account at the period passion period zone. All right, let me find a deck of cards here, and I will draw the card of the week because I didn't bother grabbing any yet. All right, we're going to use Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Let's go here. Let's get all the energy off from the weekend. Selenite does fantastic work. Okay, so let's draw a card. I already did my Mystical Minds energy for the week, and it's a dicey week energy wise. Dicey, with a lot of thick, dark red energy that is constricting and suffocating and burdensome. Is that a word? That's what it feels like. Okay, so out of these cards for the week we have, how about this card? Of course we do. The card that I picked is called Impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. So, y'all, we're going to be running into brick walls. We're going to try things and it won't work. We'll try it again and won't work. We'll try it again and won't work. We're going to have to redirect the energy. However, you want to get from A to, let's say, F, you're going to have to figure out a different way because there's a huge brick wall blocking you at B. Okay? You either go to the left, to the right, over it, or under it, but you cannot go through it. That's what this week is all about. And when the impasse card comes up, it's pretty effing frustrating. I'm not going to lie. That's why I laugh because I was thinking of, telling you about the red energy beforehand, how stifling and constricting it is. So it doesn't surprise me I got the impasse card. Kind of like buckle down this week, guys. Buckle down. This is a good day, a good week to just hibernate, read a good book, try to do some self care, block out the news of the world because it's not going to be any good this week. And yeah, I know, not what you wanted to hear, but I I don't pick the cards. I'm just told what to pick. So moving on to the mystical item of the week, we have the Ancestor candle. Now, the Ancestor candle, it's a simple flame really that bridges generations. Lighting a candle for the departed can be practiced, is practiced really in every culture. But during this time, it takes on a special significance. If you use black, white, or gold candles, depending on your intention. Black is for grounding and protection to honor endings and traditions, white for light purity and spiritual clarity, and gold for legacy and celebration, representing the eternal flame of the soul. You don't need to do a ritual. There's no intention set, no invocation. Simply light your ancestor candle and speak the name of those who shaped your life. That single act of remembrance reconnects you with your lineage and a love that never fades. Now, this is the last week of October, so it's the last week we're going to cover spirit communication and mediumship. And the main topic today is remembering the roots, the meeting of Samhain. And hopefully, I am saying this correctly. Um, Long before the modern holiday we now know as Halloween, there was a Samhain. It was the ancient Celtic festival marking the end of the harvest and the start of the dark half of the year. For the Celts, it was a year divided into two seasons, light and dark, growth and rest. It was the New Year's Eve of their spiritual calendar, so to speak. It was the moment between worlds when boundaries blurred and communication between the living and the dead became really possible. It wasn't morbid at all, it was sacred. Villagers gathered around communal fires to thank Earth for her bounty and honor ancestors who walked before them. The dead were not feared, they were welcomed home with warmth, offerings, and memory. Now, when Christianity spread through the Celtic lands around the 7th and 8th centuries, the church sought to integrate local traditions into its own calendar rather than abolish them. They were really, trying to cover up what was there without coming out and saying, "Hey, we forbid this." Okay, um, Pope, and I hope I'm saying his name right, Pope Boniface the Fourth first established All Saints' Day, or it's called All Hallows' Day, on November 1st, to honor saints and martyrs. Soon after, All Souls' Day on November 2nd was added to remember the faithfully departed. The evening before All Hallows' Day, October 31st, became known as All Hallows' Eve, which, over centuries of language changes, became Halloween. While these church festivals absorbed many of Samhain's themes, honoring the dead, lighting candles, and praying for souls, the deeper spiritual understanding of life's cyclical nature remained woven beneath them. The bonfires became church vigils, the offering for ancestors became soul cakes left for the poor, and the practice of dressing in costume, once a way to blend in with visiting spirits, gradually became the playful disguise we see here today. So Halloween, though outwardly Christianized, still carries Samhain's ancient heartbeat. Behind every jack-o'-lantern and flickering porch light is the echo of a fire once lit to guide souls home. For the Celts, fire wasn't just warmth. It was a living connection to spirit. On Samhain, villages would extinguish every hearth, plunging the community into darkness. Then, from the sacred bonfire, each household received a new flame to relight their home. That act symbolized rebirth and unity, reminding everyone that they were part of something larger, a shared light that connected all. So if you, this week, light your ancestor candle, you're continuing along the same lineage, right? Because each of those flames becomes a private bonfire, a beacon to the spirit world saying, "You are remembered, you are loved, you are still part of us." The candle doesn't invite spirits to linger, it welcomes peaceful connection. It is a way to carry ancestral wisdom forward while releasing fear of the unseen. If you light your candle, here, on Friday Eve. Let it burn safely until midnight. Watch how the flame moves, sometimes steady, sometimes dancing, as if it recognizes the presence of something sacred. As the Celts marked Samhain with bonfires and quiet reflection, they weren't only looking back, they were also looking ahead. They understood that honoring the past is how we build the future. In our modern world, the lesson feels more important than ever. We live fast, often disconnected from cycles, ancestry, and stillness. But Samhain offers an invitation to slow down, to listen, and to realign with life's rhythm. You don't have to live in ancient Ireland to embody its wisdom. You carry the spirit of Samhain every time you pause before lighting a candle to remember somebody you love. Let yourself rest when the world tells you to hustle. Choose faith in renewal instead of fear of endings. Halloween may have changed in name and form, but at its core, it still holds the same vibration transformation through remembrance. Every laugh, every flame, every shadow is a reminder that light and dark are not enemies, they're dance partners. So as the night grows longer, carry the flame forward within you. Let it remind you that endings are simply beginnings wearing different clothes. And we do have soul work this week. Legacy in Action is what I called it. Each day leading up till November 1st, choose one ancestor, mentor, or soul who has influenced your path. And do one small act in their honor, something that carries their essence forward. You could cook their favorite meal, play their favorite song, speak their name out loud, continue a tradition they started. You could also light your ancestor candle before bed. Of course, put it out, snuff it out, don't blow it out before you actually fall asleep, and whisper, "Your story continues through me." Small acts of remembrance keep lineage alive, not through blood, but through energy and intention. Samhain marks the turning of the year, a sacred pause between what was and what's yet to come. It is a time to honor endings, yes, but also to carry their wisdom forward. As the candles burn low and the veil gently closes, remember this. The true magic of Samhain isn't only found in the spirit world, it's found in how you choose to live once the night is over. Every act of remembrance, every moment of gratitude, every quiet breath in the dark is a ritual in itself. And that's where we're heading next. In November, our new theme is magic, ritual, and sacred practice, building your spiritual lifestyle your way. It's a month devoted to helping you bring spirituality down to earth and to infuse everyday life with meaning, rhythm, and gentle magic. Because the most powerful rituals aren't the ones we perform once a year, it's the ones we live every day. So as we step out of October shadows and into November's light, carry your ancestor candle's flame with you and let it guide you as you build your own sacred way of being. And that's a wrap here on Mystical Minds. I hope it sparked something inside of you, a memory, a knowing, a nudge from your soul. And don't forget your soul work for the week. You'll find it below under resources for the episode. If you loved what we explored today, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs a little magic in their life. If you're craving more, join the Mystical Minds group. It's a safe, sacred space to explore everything from energy work to soul connections, intuition, spirit guides, and more. You'll find support, community, and your people. You can also book a private reading or soul session with me anytime at outofbodyecstasy.com. I've got you whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper connection to your soul path. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, endless possibilities, infinite you.